welcome to another edition of the One Team We Agree On. I'm Jillian.
And I'm Kyle. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. As an Eagles fan, I am excited but nervous. But yeah, it's an exciting weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very exciting weekend. And go Birds! I'm very excited.
Oh,
I'm very excited. I'm rooting for them too.
go Birds!
But yeah, we are probably going to be either releasing this either tomorrow, which is Super Bowl Sunday, or Monday. We haven't decided yet. But thank you all for tuning in here. We just got back from the Sons of Ben Help Kick Hunger event, and
Hmm.
which in our last episode, the president, Justin Freiberg, was on and discussed that. And so we want to give a little update. But before we do that, we got some games, we got some news.
There was a lot of news this week.
Yeah, which we talked about with Todd Lewis and then Justin as well. But before we get started, what are we wearing today?
Oh, well, since we attended the Sons of Ben event, I thought it would be good. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. I actually brought out one that I haven't worn in a while, which is one of my favorite Sons of Ben shirts. It's like the Pride one they had.
Yeah,
The light blue with the kind of rainbowy Sons of Ben logo.
yes, very retro-y.
Yeah, I like that. It's very yeah, definitely retro looking, which I
Yeah,
like.
yeah, and I wore this at the event today. In fact, somebody's like, "Don't burn this place down." I'm like, that's not the point of this shirt. I'm bringing back the raccoon. I will burn this place down. Uh, he was talking about the place, like, and we were actually just chatting, but it was funny because he's like, "Don't
Yeah.
burn this place down." I'm like, actually, it's about the raccoon. And then he realized what it was about,
Yeah.
and he thought it was hilarious. So,
That is funny.
yeah, shout out. I didn't get the guy's name, but shout out to him and
Yeah.
his wife. Um, anyway, great event, but where can people find us?
So you can find us wherever you get your podcasts, first of all, and on social media. We are on Twitter and on Blue Sky at TOTWAG. And individually, we're on there as well.
Mhm.
And also, we have our website, theoneteamweagreeon.com. We're on Facebook and Instagram at The One Team We Agree On. And we have our YouTube channel, The One Team We Agree On.
Yeah, so please, with the website, this last 2 weeks have been really good. I know we've been putting out a lot of content that
Yeah.
always helps.
Doesn't hurt when I have snow days and I
Yeah,
from school too.
but also if you haven't subscribed to it yet,
Yeah.
please consider doing so.
Yeah. It's not a
Goes,
paid site or anything. Just, you can subscribe though and you can get emailed when we post updates. So
yeah, it goes a long way.
it
So
does.
please consider doing that. And if not, thank you for watching and listening and reading our work. So
Always appreciated.
absolutely. And yes, let's get into it.
All right, let's do it.
First off, let's talk about dub. Let's talk about
That's a
major dub.
dub. Yes.
So Philadelphia Union announced the signing, something we've known for a while, but Frankie Westfield becomes the 27th homegrown player for the Philadelphia Union. Uh, the homegrown player contract is through 2028 with club option through 2029.
Mm-hmm.
Westfield tallied 6 goals, 6 assists, both career highs.
Yep.
Fun fact about that. Um, his goal setting new record for most goals by a defender in Union 2 history, surpassing current Union 2 head coach Ryan Richter
Mm-hmm.
in that. And then just some things Ernst said, Frankie is a talented and versatile defender. You know, his ability to use both feet effectively allows him to impact the game on both sides of the field, and his role for U2 vice captain last season makes us confident in his maturity, leadership, and potential off the field. So, Jillian, for somebody that has covered, we both have, but for
Yep.
somebody who's seen Frankie, we had him on when, he was at U2.
Yep.
What can fans expect from him?
Well, first of all, I love this signing. It was a long time coming here. I think, and I said this in my article, Frankie's the kind of player that Philly loves.
Hmm.
And for people that haven't gotten to see him play or really, got to know him at all, I think they're going to really like him. I've seen a lot of positivity on social media about the signing. And we know, there's a lot of negativity out there. And honestly, he does have that grit, that tenacity. He can play really any position on the back line.
Yeah,
There's
yes.
that versatility. So, you know, he really, and you've said this before, Kyle, it kind of reminds you of Nate Harriel, a bit
To
to
a
a degree.
degree.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes,
But
absolutely. I have.
yeah, like, here's a kid came up through the system a bit. He's from Northeast Philly, and he really just has started to take off. And I think he has a lot of, room to develop. Like,
Hmm.
I really think this could be a great move for them. Now, I don't know how many minutes he's going to get, but he's gotten to start these preseason games with Harrell and Bizo taking knocks. And you know, like a bunch of the back line was getting some knocks, really. So, here's an opportunity for him to show what he can do. But, he has that leadership, uh, and like I said, he plays hard. He puts it all out there. So, he can be a bit like Kai out there too, honestly.
He can be. He's got that fire. Like I said in the post, heart, grit, and fire. That's how I describe Frankie
Mm,
Westfield's playing style. But this year, just from seeing him, not only in his playing style, but also see him mature when we've interviewed him post
yeah,
match from when we first had him on, at practice and just even in the presser, at the Eastern Conference Finals with Marlin.
yeah.
Um, just maturity with that, I think has gone a long way.
Yeah.
Um, I'm excited about this. I'm not saying this year he's going to take off, but you never know. I mean, he has
Mm-mm.
matured. And I think Union fans, there's a lot to look forward to with this kid,
Mhm.
just like Neil Pierre.
Yes, that's the one I'm really excited about too.
Yeah, having said that, Todd Lewis and I were talking the other day, and one thing that he brought up is from the time of our interview, when we interviewed him, right?
Yeah,
He was going to Penn State, and the
right.
goal was go Penn State, come back, and then try to get first team or second team contract.
Yeah,
Signs a second team contract, decommits from Penn State, which we had interviewed him after that
yeah,
news broke. This same year, within a 6 to 8 month span, signs, gets called, signs a U2 contract, gets
yeah,
called up to U20 in Chile, and now he signs a first team homegrown contract.
yeah.
That tells me this guy, he's going to be a late bloomer.
Yeah,
And
that's why he kind of reminds me of Nate Harriel, you know?
exactly. I think the sky's the limit for this kid. I think the fans will really love him.
Hmm.
And sure, that doesn't go without some bumps and bruises along the way. Just
Oh,
like Nate, we all remember Nate Harrell in 2022, Bizo and him, and then even,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
there could be some of that. We don't know. We don't. I wish we had a crystal ball. We could predict that. That'd be great.
Right.
But at the same time, the one thing I will say is he will give 110%
Correct.
all the time, every time he's on that pitch. And I think he's going to be a very good player. And hopefully, he stays with the Union past 2029 because we'll see how he develops,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
But I think this is a good signing.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. I really do think he's one that has so much more room to grow and get better. And, he's really just scratching the surface, I think, right now.
And another thing I will say is, too, just how his production, watching that during the year, kept getting better and better
Yes.
and better and better and better in MLS Next Pro. He kept growing as the season went on. He was somebody, it was like everybody was, you know, this kid is a good kid, he's fun to watch.
Yeah.
But he really took those steps throughout the year. We were
Yeah.
talking about Eddie, we were talking about CJ, we were talking about David, we were talking about Neil. This guy kept getting better and better and better
Hmm.
and made the team better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So, yeah, really excited to see what happens this season with him. I mean,
wish him nothing but the best.
absolutely, great kid and absolutely looking forward to what the journey brings.
Yeah, so we're gonna switch a little bit and a little bit of news yesterday as well. Union announced their theme nights.
Yeah, so they did put out on social media with a little video and everything about theme nights. I, for one, am a little disappointed that emo night isn't happening. If you watch the video that they put out with how they select their, you know, their little thing about how they select the theme nights,
You and Todd Lewis would be
I
like,
know a few people that were like, "Dang, I want emo night." Now the Wings do it. The Wings are doing it. They're having the early November. I don't know if it happened yet, but they're having the early November. And I saw early November in the Trocadero back in the day, like
I
2004 probably.
fun fact, I don't even know who Early November is.
But yeah,
I listen to heavy metal. Come on.
yeah, I saw them. I saw the starting line. I could go on and on. But anyway, back
Would
to this.
would would that would
Philly's owned, by the way. Yes.
what?
Oh yeah, starting line is like local, and no early November is kind of local too. So
Would
yeah.
they be somebody? What's that festival they have in Las Vegas? It's like the for
Oh, when you
when
were
you're young.
young, I
Would
want to
that
go to that.
would that be somebody that would play at that?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if like
Because they have a
maybe.
lot of emo bands
Oh
there.
yeah, for sure. Not to get too far off the topic,
Yeah,
but
anyway,
hey, if you know who I'm talking about, let us know in the comments because
absolutely.
I listen. I was at Warped Tour '03 and '04, and back at whatever the heck it's called these days, the Tweeter Center, but the Camden venue. Good times, All American
It was.
Rejects and so on. Don't get me off on the tangent, but do emo night union. That's actually one that would be fun. Anyway, but here we go. We have so yeah, they're actually doing a dollar dog night, something that the Phillies can't manage to do
Yeah.
anymore
So can we talk about that? So
in March. Yeah.
a team that spends like the Phillies, and a team. Well, I
A
mean,
team that spends like the Phillies. The Phillies went out and got Bryce Harper.
a team that spends like the Phillies. They spend money. They went out and got Bryce Harper.
Yeah, no. Oh, I thought you were saying the Union are a team that goes out.
No,
Oh,
the
go, go, go. Okay,
Phillies are a
gotcha,
team that
gotcha. I
spends.
misunderstood. I was gonna say because I'm like, ooh, the
Yeah,
Union do
yeah.
not
No,
spend
no,
like the
no.
Phillies
That's what
do.
I mean.
Oh yeah, the
And
Phillies. They
and
got
they
money.
and they can't do a dollar dog night, but
Yeah,
yet the union, according to fans who don't have money, which okay, they have a different way of getting players. We get
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I understand both sides of the table. Um, they can spend more, sure. However, they do a dollar dog night.
yeah.
Phillies actually do some. I mean,
They did
union
like the buy
dues.
one get one or whatever. They did BOGO night last year.
Yeah.
Lame. Yeah,
And shout out to Kyle Pagan and Crossing Broad for actually trying to do that event.
yeah,
That was awesome. But at the same time, like, okay, if the Union can do a dollar dog night, so can the Phillies.
yeah. Absolutely. Um, Yeah, so that's good to see they're doing Dollar Dog Night. That's also their You Serve Night. So that's on March 16th. March 22nd, appropriately, of course, is Irish Heritage Night. And right after St. Patrick's Day, I think the last time they did Irish Heritage Night was like maybe 2017 or
Yeah.
so. Of course they do Irish Heritage Night after Jack McGlynn gets traded, okay?
Uh-huh.
For those who don't know, his dad is from Ireland,
Yeah,
okay? So, what a missed opportunity.
right.
I'm and listen, there's other players with Irish heritage.
Right.
Hey, we can go celebrate my little bit of Irish heritage. Yeah, I'm mostly Scottish and
No,
German, but
yeah.
still. But
Yeah.
yeah, hey, but that's cool that they're doing something different. I did hear a lot of people say, "What about Italian heritage and stuff?" I know there's a lot of that around Philly too.
I actually would like to see that.
Yes, I have zero Italian heritage, which is unfortunate actually because I like their food. But yeah, so that's cool. Then they have the fireworks night in April. It's kind of random that it's fireworks in April. I don't know.
Eh,
But hey, okay. Um
Greener Goals Initiative.
yeah, right around Earth Day. So we got that. And then there's Kids Day, April 26th. Military Appreciation May 10th, Delco Night on May 14th. I guess it's their Union Foundation night. So I don't know what Delco Night's gonna entail. I mean, I know they're in Delco and I guess they're gonna celebrate that, but
All right.
all right, Um
I know they have that whole partnership with Delco. They have that whole like little sign. It's like visit
yeah,
Delco.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We got Pride Night. Now this one's getting some people
Fired up.
fired up. Yeah. So on the night they play Miami, April or May 24th, which is my bestie's birthday. Shout out Alicia. She came to a game with us last year. Anyway, they're playing Miami, so of course, if Messi's playing, it's gonna be that whole circus. But it's Pride Night. And now, of course, Pride Night's usually in June because that's Pride Month. So this is getting some people upset because it's like, well, yeah, that number one, it's in the wrong month, and number two, it's, you know, on a night that they're gonna draw a huge crowd anyway.
Right.
So like and it's just like, one of those things. So I don't know.
I get the whole it's the wrong month
Yeah.
because in June then they do Unity.
Yeah, so they got Unity Night on June 14th. Shout out, that's my mom's birthday. Um, I
Yeah.
should bring my mom to a game. My mom would not be into
No,
it.
she wouldn't.
I mean, she roots for like the Phillies and the Eagles, but anyway. She'd
I
be
honestly
yeah.
think getting back to Pride
Yeah, yeah,
Night,
yeah.
I think it's I'm fine with the fact that they got Miami because maybe that gets more people out.
Yeah.
Now I get tickets are going to be elevated, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if there was looking at that schedule, I would maybe flip that, but I don't know if you could do that because Unity and Pride Night are usually around the same time.
Yeah, and I guess, and I forget what exactly the rest of the schedule looks like that month. Maybe it just didn't work to have both those in June.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm guessing that's why. They got rivalry night with Red Bulls
Mhm.
on July 12th. We've got retro slash esports
Can
night
I ask
on,
this? Go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Go, keep reading.
Okay, retro slash esports night on August 9th.
D
Yeah, go ahead.
Does that scream retro to you?
Not the font there, just, I don't
It
know.
looks like Fortnite, I guess, because of esports night.
Yeah.
Um, but I would kind of go more with like an 80s,
I don't
70s
give a
night.
rip about esports personally.
I just want retro
I
night.
want retro night. Yeah, heck yeah.
Exactly.
Wasn't it our first game was like a 90s night. The first game
Yeah,
we went to
like,
was like 90s and Fang was dressed up like he looked like the Fresh Prince,
and
you know?
somebody listening is like, "Why do you care about the font?" I don't know. I think they do some different things for everything. You could
I don't
have
know, it's
done,
just fun,
yeah, they could have done something more fun for that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and then they have the Hispanic Heritage one on August 23rd, Fiesta Hispana. That's actually probably one
That's
of
a
my
really
favorite.
fun one.
That might be my favorite theme night that they do. I have zero Hispanic heritage.
All right.
Okay. But I am a huge fan of the food. I like, I always like the kits that they come out with. And I mean, honestly, like, yeah, the food, that's like probably one of my favorite foods to have, like, period. I love, different Hispanic foods. But like, um, that one's always fun. So, and then we have Kick Childhood Cancer, and Fang's birthday, September 20th, and then the You Thank You night on October 4th.
You know, the kick childhood cancer is always a big one for us.
It is.
And, there's other people that are listening to this episode that, this has been a big event for them as
Mm-hmm.
well. Shout out to Slocums. I think this is just a wonderful opportunity. And you and I have talked about doing something for this, and maybe this
Yeah.
year we finally
Yeah.
kind of try to do a little bit more with that
Yeah.
date. Get some people on, talk about the event,
Mm-hmm.
talk about that, maybe even do charity. We'll see. But we've been planning that for years, and I think this is the year we kind of do that. So we'll
Yeah.
see. But anyway,
Yeah, so Kyle, looking at that list though, okay, what what kind of theme nights do you think they could have? Aside from emo night. You want a heavy metal night. Just kidding.
but does
Just
heavy
kidding.
metal really
No, it
fit with
doesn't. It
soccer?
doesn't.
No, it
No.
doesn't.
No.
Um, you know, hockey, sure, but
Yeah.
even maybe indoor soccer to some degree, but probably even that's a little too much.
I know I've heard some people say like, like a bark in the park kind of thing.
Bark in the park, okay, I get that.
I mean, St.
Um,
Louis does that because they're Purina sponsored.
right. Um, I would like an 80s night.
Yes.
I would like a retro night, like kind of have like retro kind of like old school what they do with the kids. I mean the lineups and just the music. I think 80s night would be fun.
Hear me out. Cats of Dupe. I'm just kidding. That would be a horrible idea.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh,
God.
there'd be
Not
cats
every
on.
cat is as chill as BR when it comes
Right.
to the noise.
Um,
No.
I don't know, just like I would say charity day where like many different organizations are there and you can donate to charities. I think that'd be actually a
Uh-huh.
really great idea. Um, honestly, I would like to see Founders Day, like maybe just something where they really recognize the beginning of the club, like
Yeah.
kind of like history, club history day.
Yeah.
I mean, and everybody's like, what? I mean,
Yeah.
there are clubs that
Like an
actually,
alumni day,
yeah,
that
like
kind of thing too.
alumni day. That's what I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
alumni day, club history, where they kind of
Yeah.
share history because
I like that.
everybody has a starting point.
Yeah.
Ours was 2019 when we started going to games. Everybody has a starting point. Kind of make sure people understand the past because you get these new people in there and they're like, oh, I
Yeah.
like this team. Yay. But I don't know anything past this year when I
Right.
started. Maybe educate them a little bit more. And you see that sometimes with some of these clubs.
Yeah.
Um,
I was actually, because I do surveys and stuff, and I actually answered a question that was related to this. It wasn't just with the union, it was like with MLS.
uh-huh.
Okay. And actually there was a question related to like, what kind of theme nights or
Yeah,
something would you be interested? And it was like in a message board style too. So I saw what other people's responses were. But some that also echoed what I had to say were you know, how they have like military appreciation
yeah,
and they have different things. Like a teach Okay, full disclosure, I'm a teacher. Okay.
right.
Some kind of like teacher
Educators,
educator appreciation. I know they only have so many games, but
first responders.
I was about to say first responders,
That's a good
people
one
like that are,
too.
yeah, first responders or like, I think it's like they usually recognize someone like in healthcare. They do that
They
a
do
lot.
that a lot.
So, I will say, yeah, I teachers deal with a lot of stuff. So no, I listen, I'm used to, what I do and how it is and everything. But I will say something geared towards women would be cool, you know? I don't know, because yeah, I think that would be neat. It does, yeah, just something like something that has to do with women would be cool. Anyway, I don't know. Like they covered a whole bunch of
They
things.
did.
They did. I mean, so they can't do everything, and I get that. So it's a start. But
They still did Dollar Dog Night, and
yeah,
they did better than the Phillies.
yes.
There we go.
So you know what?
Bravo.
Bravo, you did something the Phillies couldn't do.
Moving on.
Yes.
So we got some games this week. We
Yes.
talked about that last episode. Yesterday, Union played.
Uh,
Would you call him a friend of me? Well, now that Jim's gone, probably not. They're just,
a team that there's just some history with, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So they played FC Cincinnati. It was really, they had second team people in there too. So this was a 120-minute kind of friendly.
yeah,
So they do an extra bit there because they want to try out different players. They put their starters on, and then eventually they bring they do a lot more subs. Because they want to get a feel for what these guys have. So it's an extended game. Yeah. So
Now, I guess my first question is finally we get a preseason match you don't have to pay for.
yeah, streamed, and there was commentary, and they actually would
It-
like have multiple angles.
this
So
was
well
very
done.
nice.
Well done. Thank you for the people that put that together.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Thumbs down.
Yeah.
You can't rewatch it. It's like you too.
Yeah.
Once it's gone,
Yeah.
and I'll explain. So we were coaching during that time.
Yeah, like
Now,
literally it started when I was leaving for practice.
I got there early because I was trying to watch at least the first 45, which I
Hmm.
was able to do.
I was able to listen to it while I was driving, but
Yeah,
that's it.
and then during practice, I was periodically checking in
Right.
second half and last 90. Having said that, um, bravo. The sun at times when they were running the cameras, I think it was Bowles McNaughton said that it was like the atomic bomb. He had like a little picture where like they're looking through
Yeah.
like the old 1950s things, like
Yeah.
the flash. There, it really was. There was times I'm like looking, I'm like, is there something wrong with my? Oh, that's the sun.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I get probably there's
But there's
trial
trailers.
lists
Yeah.
and probably certain legality things.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if you could be able to go back at least maybe say like for 48 hours and watch the game if you missed it because you were working.
Yeah.
I think that would be good. Before we talk about the match, a little bit of news,
Yes.
number wise, Ty Baribo.
Yeah.
is taking Julian Kranz's number.
Yes. And in case you forgot, Sam and Dennerin had that for like a hot minute, number nine.
Yes.
But it just didn't seem right. Um, but yes, so Ty has switched to number nine.
Yep.
And I said, well, it's finally fully completed. When they signed Ty, he was supposed to kind of, take Julian's place, and then now he has his number. No one could ever take Julian's place. Julian was amazing for us. By the way, he started um for Feyenoord today. They ended up winning, I believe. I think it was 3-0. So good for them. But yeah, but no, I think, it makes sense, the number change. So it's just
Yeah.
sorry to anyone who bought Ty's jersey and has the wrong number now.
No,
Yeah.
I think that's good. Good for
Yeah.
him. I mean, he gets,
Yeah.
hopefully that number nine brings him luck, because you're going to rely on him this year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. He really had a great season last year once he actually, got to play all the time. And I hope now he really continues that. So
correct.
he was exciting to watch.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it was nice to see that. We're going to share a couple videos here.
Yeah.
But first off, Union do score first. Where have we heard that before?
Yeah.
Uh,
I did get to see that.
yeah,
And
so
yeah,
where have we heard
off
that
a
before? Union score first.
yeah, off a set piece.
Yeah, so here's the video. This
Kai
is
taking the
again
corner.
by Philadelphia Union. Nice run on there on the near post. Good ball. Kicks in near post, and Jacob runs onto it and scores. And
Yeah.
you're thinking, okay, um, you know, Carnell's talked about the 60-30,
Yeah.
30% being set pieces. So that's good to see.
Yeah.
Two takeaways. The press, the press for the first like 45 was insane. I mean, the Union were pressing. They were giving
Hmm.
um Cincinnati issues
Yeah, they really were.
and creating turnovers. Second thing I will say is this, that and somebody else brought this up, and I think it was Tyler Jose, and then somebody else on Twitter also
Hmm.
confirmed it, that on the attack part, the Union were almost going to a 4-2-2, kind of Quinn, and I think it was Jan was kind of out on where Jack and Leon used to be
Yeah.
last year. And we'll get to Jan in a little bit. Jovan.
Jovan, don't
Yeah,
mix them
yeah.
up.
Jan didn't play.
Glavinovich was
Yeah,
not in the game because
yeah,
he's still
sorry.
dealing with a knock.
Jovan. I just like the Y's all of a sudden.
Yes, have fun. Folks, buckle up because Kyle's gonna be mixing them up.
Jan and Jovan.
Maybe you just should call them by their last names.
Yeah, you know what? That's a really
There you
good idea.
go.
Anyway,
Glavinovich and
we'll,
yes, and
we'll get
Lukic.
to we'll get to them in a second, but
Yes.
just how they were attacking.
Yeah.
And it was good. I mean, we saw an early goal. Um,
Hmm.
Obviously there was a yellow card, and one other thing I want to talk about. Macania.
Macania.
Getting a yellow card and
He
basically
forgot it was a friendly, I think.
yeah, he's been okay this preseason,
Yeah.
but there again, a card like that in the first half, when you're like the other starting center back,
Yeah.
it's not the smartest move, and it just wasn't
Yeah,
smart.
not good.
We saw that at the MLS Next Pro
He
Cup.
got the red card. He got a red
Yeah,
card
it's
for
just like, come on, dude,
yeah.
that's a little too much. But anyway,
Yeah.
what were your thoughts from what you saw?
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest, like full disclosure, I haven't gotten to see everything as in depth as I would like to. I'm gonna go back and rewatch it. But yeah, I thought, I saw a good bit of the first half, especially, not as much of the second, but I thought, yeah, they were pressing. I thought there was some really good plays by them, some good pressure. I thought Jovan looked great.
Yeah, I mean, and Jose pointed this out to us, switching sides. He made some really nice key passes, I thought, up front. Um, I thought Quinn at times was very solid
Mhm.
as well. I think he's going to thrive this year. Those were my big takeaways.
I
Again,
thought Frankie was solid. I mean, he's got some, yeah,
he's got learning to do,
he's got
but
learning to do.
at the same time,
Yeah.
he played fine. Danley was a really nice one.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Danley does with the full preseason and, full season moving forward.
And we'll see what the forwards do. I
Yeah.
mean, again, they were kind of neutralized. I felt it out. I felt at times, but again, here's the big thing. It's preseason,
Yeah.
folks. Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
These players are learning new style of play,
Yep.
new keys, all that. Also, Jacob Glesnes
Yeah.
has a collision, goes out, and then you can go on to concede four consecutive goals, unanswered goals.
Yeah.
And, sure, Eddie's shot, which I saw, could have maybe gone in. It is what it is. He's young.
Hmm.
But again, there was some really good. Sure, there's, you give it four goals. That's not good.
Yeah, not good.
But again, it's preseason.
It's preseason.
They're learning a lot of new styles, and and that's kind of where I am with that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get too high or too low on any of this
Oh,
stuff
there's
with
people
preseason.
getting low.
Oh, well, that's their MO. Like
I'm
honestly, some
kidding.
people it's
If you're
their
listening and
MO.
you are getting low, listen, like it's preseason.
Yeah.
Now, if this stuff is going on in the regular season, middle, like 10 games in, then we can talk.
Yeah, if it's really problematic once they're in the actual season, okay. Fair. So, um, but yeah, they're still adjusting to a new coach and there's still a lot of,
Yeah,
new pieces in there and everything. So let them cook, as they
let
say.
them cook. But I do want to say something. We had a former draft pick make an appearance.
Yes, yes, the union did.
Yes, Das, forward union signed. Well,
You're not even gonna try to say his last
no,
name.
I am not going to. So,
Stas, yeah.
yes, Das. Forward for University of Pennsylvania. Union drafted him last year.
Yeah.
Decided to return to college this year at UPenn. And yeah, so he didn't have a jersey on, but we'll show this little fun highlight here. And this was interesting. So let's let's show this. So he comes on here and we were watching. This is a part I saw,
Yeah.
and it's brought up a lot of things because I'm like, okay, and if this plays,
There you go.
and
Yes.
CJ comes, and also CJ, shout out to CJ with the beard. CJ's got like a
Yeah.
beard now.
Also, can I say Stas is really tall?
He is.
Holy smokes.
So, I'm like, who is it?
Yes.
Oh, and then like everybody, and then I was watching some more. And so, yeah, I mean, that's really cool to see that he
Hmm.
kind of made an appearance.
Yeah.
And that was the part that I really didn't get to see because it was in the middle of coaching, but
Right.
I did catch that part because I kind of went back while the kids were warming up, and I'm just like, who's that? And then I watched a little bit, but
Yes.
yeah, and shout out to Jose for kind of bringing that out, and also
Yes.
Todd. I think it was Todd was kind of like, is that Stas? And we were all
Yeah.
kind of like, is that Stas? And so fun little conversation there. So we'll see where does he end up with you too,
Yeah. Now that's gonna be interesting to see. And speaking of you two, like yeah, I'm just excited to see what ends up happening, on that roster too.
and we'll get to that in a
Yep.
second.
Hmm.
Because we do have some U2 news.
Yes.
Um, Finally, so Union lose 4-1, and it's like, okay, whatever. But Bradley Cornell at the
Hmm.
end, shout out to the Union. They actually got some post-game comments from him.
Yes.
So we're gonna listen
Yeah,
to them
very good
now.
again. Whether it's been the
Oh,
game
wait a
against
minute, hold on here. Let me stop sharing. I think forgot to get the sound on here. All right. All right, let's get that going. Oh, I do have shit. I do have sound. I have that problem with the let's see if this anyway, keep talking.
Yeah, so do have some post game comments from Bradley, and we actually got to ask him some questions on the presser the other day.
Aarhus in Spain.
Yep, there we go.
The first 60 minutes and the first 60 minutes here, I thought we had some really good moments. Unfortunately, we can't go 2-0 up. We have some really good moments ending off that half, starting off the second half. When Jacob goes down, it just kills a little bit of the momentum, and then we lose a little bit of the structure of the game somewhat. But we saw a lot of good and a lot of moments where we need to learn and grow, and we've got to try and close that gap now.
So, yeah, I mean, you gotta learn and grow. Okay, kind of what we said. They're learning this
Yeah.
new system, and I mean, it's preseason.
Right. And and I asked Bradley about their, how Spain and how now in Clearwater, how that different. I asked him on the press conference on Thursday. And shout out to the weather, okay, for giving me a snow day, an ice day, really. So I actually had time to do some things.
Yeah,
Because I wouldn't have been able to do that if I that didn't happen. But and he said about how in Spain there's a lot of macro stuff
right.
and getting the feel for them as a team and with the new coaching staff and everything. And now in Florida it's more of like more on the individual level and see where people can fit and everything. And he gave it's a much more detailed answer than what I just said, but that's the gist of it. So go check it out if you haven't yet. But
Yeah, it's I posted that on the article I wrote yesterday.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, it was a good answer. I mean, again, I there was some good.
Yeah.
I don't 100% disagree that Jacob going down, did affect that because he was effective on the evening before he got injured and he had that goal, obviously. So sure, I mean, Makanya, Neal, yeah, you can say they're the two pairings for you two last year. This should
Yeah.
work. Jeremy Raffinello, at one point, I do believe, I think, shout out to Jose for bringing this up. I do believe that he was playing a center back
Yeah.
position, so they were little
Yes.
thin. Um, this coming after the news that CF Montreal signed former Union homegrown Brandon Craig.
Yep.
So it's like, which again, wish him the best luck. No, it didn't
Yes.
work out in El Paso or Austin on his loans. Never made the first team really. Hopefully it works out for him.
Yeah, yeah, no, I do hope that it is a good fit for him, that he finally finds a place that he can actually get a chance and everything. So
Yeah, same.
his brother's still in the union system too, so
So anyway, that's kind of our thoughts. And then Union 2 played today. They played USL side Tampa Bay Rowdies.
yes, yes.
And how'd they do?
Well, here's the thing, okay? There's like zero things put out from Union 2, okay? And I get people asking me because we cover Union, like you hear anything, it's like I had to do some digging to find out,
We did
anything. So
on the ride home.
yeah, so anyway, okay. So the score was not the greatest. But yeah, they lost 6-2 to the Rowdies. Now, granted, a couple of the players for Union 2 are away. Kellen and Jameer, they're, with youth national team first of all, and then um some of the guys, were playing with the first team. But yeah, yeah, they got whooped a little bit, but we don't
Again,
really know much about the I looked on the Tampa Bay Rowdies accounts too, and all I could really find was like something at the beginning of the game and then the final score. So shout out to Malik Jakupovic, who posted on his Instagram that he had his first pro goal in that game and had a picture of his jersey. So that's the only reason why I knew he scored a goal. And I
yeah.
don't know who scored the other one.
So if
Um,
anybody out there, has found out, then let us know.
yeah.
But yeah, Malik's gonna be somebody to keep your eye on.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him playing with the academy level and what was it, a couple weekends ago we were watching it on like YouTube, the academy, and um Malik's looked pretty good, and
So did the trialist.
yeah, and so the trialist. Yeah, that's for sure. So I mean, he's a tall kid. He's like 15. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's got some stuff for a young age. So yeah, just keep an eye on him. And you know, that trialist was pretty good. Whoever that was, but
Yeah.
no, maybe it was the trialist that scored. I don't know. No, no. Who
Who
knows? I
knows?
honestly don't know who scored the other goal.
I got buzzed because I don't know. So
If you know, let me know. I don't know. We got
anyway,
nothing.
but a little bit more Union 2 news.
Yeah, Jose
This
Riasco.
Yeah, guess what? Breaking news.
He
He's been
gone.
loaned out again. Well, he's not gone. He's been loaned again.
Yeah, I know.
Um, Jose Riasco's been loaned out to Venezuela Primera Division side Carabobo FC. for the remainder of the 2025 season. It's Carabobo.
You know, I don't
Carabobo FC. Okay, we're not making fun of names. It's just like
know.
Carabobo.
Yeah, it
Um,
just sounded funny you saying it.
because I'm like, okay, Carabobo.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
actually did on that one, like actually look at the phonetics on it and
Yeah.
like it,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. But
But anyway,
he's loaned
so
out again. He was here
so
for
he's
a
heading
hot
back
minute.
to Venezuela.
Yeah.
Um, you know, fun fact, when he came back from his loan at Boston River, um, he was a changed man, looked like a 20
He looked like a
28.
man.
He looked like a man.
You know
So,
what that just reminded me? Do you remember Mad TV?
yes, yeah,
Mm, he looked like a man. There,
yes.
if shout out if you get the reference. But no, like
That's a good
he
one.
re that's a deep dive right there.
That is a deep
Oh
dive.
my
But
gosh.
anyway,
Yeah.
but no, like I went back to first practice and he was a different person. And again, like played a couple matches for you two last year. Played the last couple minutes, second half of MLS Next Pro Cup. Never really saw anything from him. I mean, obviously he comes back off a loan and then this. I mean,
Weren't you at training and we're like, oh, hey, there's Jose Riasco. He's actually, or no, you went to it right after he came back or something.
we saw the picture and
So
then
that
I
picture, I'm
went the
like, oh,
next
that's
day and then
Riasco. Okay.
yeah. So we'll see. I mean, is it fair to say that his time is kind of almost at an end?
I mean, when he was signed, it's like, oh, what was it, a $1 million
Yep.
transfer? And it's
And
like
then the union got banned because of it.
$700, issue. And yeah, all of this. And now he's getting loaned.
So people were asking me today, hey, Kyle, why did they get that? Well, like they were like all upset about that. And then I said, well, if you knew, like, here's what happened. And I mean, it's been covered by a lot of us
Yeah.
of as to what happened. They're like, oh, I didn't realize that. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, that club is no longer in existence. His
Yeah.
hometown club is no longer in existence. It just seemed like it was just a weird situation, and they got banned, but
Just
then
a
they cleaned
dumb
it up.
clerical issue and everything. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so all of that for Jose to be loaned out again. So, I
I
mean,
mean, you wish him luck,
wish him
but
luck.
at the same time, like, I mean, at this point, it's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, we got to see him play at the tail end of the U2 season. I mean, he did okay. I felt like it kind of had a heavy foot though.
Remind me a lot of Sam dinner.
That's what I was about to say. He definitely reminded me of Sam and when he was
So
playing in there. So,
it didn't work out. But anyway,
yes.
let's talk about the Help Kick Hunger event. So as we talked about last time with Justin, we went down to Broken Goblet today. Weather held out until we got home,
Yeah.
luckily. And yeah, it was a nice time.
It was. So, they had a lot of nice raffle items there. They had food, drinks, obviously, and it was nice. But it was I don't know if it was because the weather, or it's Super Bowl weekend or whatever. I mean, it seemed like a little more lightly attended than it was last year, but still, what was great to see was a ton of donations.
Yeah, I mean, we
Were
got in there. We were a little late to the event, but even when we got there, I mean,
Yeah, and the food donations for the Bernardine Center, this is great to see. So
it
we're
was.
always glad to, help with a good cause like that. And there was an appearance by BR.
Who got mud on? Yeah, like went outside, got mud. Remember,
Yeah.
Ross goes back and goes, yeah, she got mud on her.
Yeah, so we saw BR, adorable. Here is around the stage we have raffle items. Looking closest to here, there was a signed 2024 jersey from the team, and these are the ones that were like a silent auction. You had signed sneakers of Jim's, which pretty nice, and then of course the hot item. Okay, which we
Which
talked about with Justin, the Union 2 jersey. Um, and yeah, that ended up going for
don't
over,
talk about that.
well, okay. You're not gonna let me talk about it now. All right, that's fine. And then there was a signed ball,
And then there was a tunnel club.
and a Tunnel Club ticket. So that was those items, and then there are a whole bunch of other items as well that were donated, such as there was like Truly coolers. There were gift cards at various places, wineries,
Liquor,
there are ones, yeah, definitely 21 and over items there. There's like, local businesses that were
baseball
donated.
tickets.
Yeah, there was Reading Phillies, there was Flyers Carnival, a bunch of different things there as well. Shout out to Mike Blankenmeyer because his family's like cookbook that they posted. It's
Yeah.
like that's really cool. That was one of the items.
And yeah, shout out to Mike. Mike, we had a great time talking with you, just learning
Yeah,
about that whole thing, seeing the inside
yeah.
pages. Like that was really cool. And then also just talking about Cincinnati, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of which, just like we had a nice time chatting with a lot of people. And if you're one of those people listening, you know, thanks for chatting with us, and thanks for listening. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and yeah, that's the one thing I was telling a couple people. They're like, "How was the event?" I was like, "It was good."
Yeah.
And I said the really cool thing was we did a lot of networking and just chatting with people, new and old people, some former
Yeah, there
guests
were a
on the
lot of
spot.
people we knew there, which is always
So
nice. Nice catching up with
it's
people.
just really good conversation. And then
Yep.
so
There's the
let's get
U2
into
kit.
it. You two
Okay,
kid.
first of all, yeah, I did not
Good.
get the U2 kit.
No, you
Our
did
no,
not.
our friend Andrew Gerber got it. Good for him. Um,
There was like
he
a
outbid
bidding
me at
war.
the yeah.
Yeah, there was a bidding war. It
There was a
was.
bidding war, and
And
right
then
until the last second.
Fred, shout out to Fred. Fred got in on it too. And
Yeah, there was a bunch of people. So, and I'm going for over $300. We'll put it that way.
I mean, that's awesome to see. And
It
it
is.
goes back to your point.
Yes.
If you can raise three hundred
Uh,
dollars, over $300 for that kid, why are you not selling
Union, what are you doing?
it?
What are you doing? Sell the jerseys. I've said it many times. Lots of other people have said it lots of times. Like literally, people are like, take my money. Um, and sell them. If North Texas do it, and there's some other second, there's some other next pro teams that do it. Like seriously, and with the success Union 2 had last year and the fact that you can't get any merch for them, aside from, bootleg stuff. Um, like shout out Marlon with his U2 shirt that he
Yeah.
had, by the way. I'm sure it was like done on a cricket or something, which cool. I was like that shirt he'd wear. But no, yeah, like sell the kits. But anyway, I digress.
You do digress. Overall, excellent event.
Yeah, it was. Shout out
And
to the Sons of Ben putting that together.
just, I mean, it's a really cool venue.
Yeah.
And afterwards, we went over the actual, like, not the, like, where they have concerts and events and stuff. We actually went over to, like, the bar restaurant area.
Yeah.
Remind me a lot of Cushwa, like I said,
Oh, we love
that
Kushwa.
down in Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Yeah.
And, it has a nice little, they actually added a restaurant area, and
Yeah.
it's just a really nice place. So if you're ever down in Ben Salem, definitely check it out. So I guess before we go, um, on the drive home, a little bit of news leaked.
Yeah. Union 2 kit or the Union, not the Union 2. The
Although
Union.
the Unit 2 away kit's coming this year, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm excited to see what that is. So yeah, the Union kits got leaked.
uh,
And of course there had been out on social media like what they thought it might look like, and of course we've heard rumblings here and there, but there here it is supposedly. So
this is
on
it.
Footy Headlines put it out. So the away kit, it has the Thomas's logo, just like the previous one did. And so we've got kind of a light bluish gray background with the lightning bolts, like fairly wide lightning bolts and everything. All right. So,
So anyway,
yeah.
that's the kit.
And
Um,
we'll give our impression. We're gonna do like once all the kits are revealed and everything, we're gonna do an episode where we review them.
does it look like a warm-up jersey?
I mean, I can see that, but I've the
We'll
initial
talk about it.
reactions I've seen from people, I've seen a lot of people that really, really like it, and then I've heard from some people who absolutely hate it. So,
Can I be honest?
yeah,
I'm kind of like,
I don't hate it.
I'm like, not great, it's not bad. I'm just kind of neutral on it. Like,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, Kyle, you're always neutral. I really am on this one. It doesn't really do anything for me. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I like the design, but I wish you could do it more. But we'll talk about
Yeah,
more.
we'll save that
And
for another.
I actually want to see like the leak video, and I actually want to see it in person before
Right.
we actually
I
make.
I don't fully judge it until I actually see it like on like the players, and see how it looks. And
What's the kit look like with like the sambas, its socks, shirt,
it
like
definitely lines up with that kit launch event they're going to have next weekend, that
yeah,
whole electricity theme. So, no, I'm interested to see how that goes. And if you end up going to the kit launch, yeah, let us know how it is.
yeah. Um, Other fun part, it is kit launch week, so that episode will be
I
coming.
love the kit launches.
Yes, we'll be doing that. And will we have a special guest again?
We are planning on having a special guest when we talk about the kits.
I mean, we have to.
Yeah.
Um, so anyway, that's all for well, we also got some more articles coming out because I think there's gonna be some probably more news outside the kits.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, we're probably gonna hear more roster news, is my guess. Because we're gonna probably, I would think, soon hear more about Union 2, first of
Yeah.
all. And also, you know, I don't know if they're done signing people at, the first, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know anything special at all. I'm just saying there could be other things happening. Who
Yeah,
knows?
there could be. I think
It
we
happens in
maybe have a
preseason.
couple more things going on, but we'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, um, but anyway, that's all for this episode of the One Team We Grew on.
Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe and leave us comments because we love hearing from you. And again, if you haven't checked out our website, definitely, check it out. We've been posting a lot of stuff and you can subscribe to it. It's free. It's not a paid site. Although I think there's an option if you want to make donations, we will gladly accept them. But yeah, it is not necessary.
No,
Um, but anyway, we thank everyone who does follow us and engages with us. So, you know, please keep that up and tell your friends.
until next time, I'm Kyle.
I'm Jillian,
We'll see you at the game.
and go birds.